6 years ago, Elon Musk promised a battery that would change everything. Then he nearly killed it himself. His ultimatum to the team was simple: fix it or we're done. Later, he stood in front of his own investors and admitted he underestimated how hard it would be. Critics declared it dead. Except this year, Gigafactory Texas quietly pulled off something no other automaker has. Not Panasonic, not LG, not CATL, not BYD. So how did a project that was one deadline away from dying beat the entire industry? And now that it's real, what happens next? Stick around. This story doesn't end where you think. 1. What new battery tech is being buried? Except it wasn't buried.
Back in 2019, Tesla quietly paid $218 million for a company almost nobody had heard of, Maxwell Technologies. Not for their product, for one single trick buried inside their patents. A way to build a battery electrode completely dry. No liquid, no chemical bath, no giant ovens. Musk bet the entire future of the 4680 cell on that one idea. 5 years passed. It still wasn't working. What almost killed the project wasn't the chemistry, it was manufacturing. At one point, Tesla was reportedly scrapping 70 to 80% of every dry cathode batch it produced. For comparison, established battery makers like CATL and LG typically lose less than 2%. Imagine building 10 batteries and throwing 8 of them straight into the trash. That's the problem Tesla had to solve before this technology ever had a chance of reaching your car. Take a second to recall with me. When's the last time you heard a founder do that? Not a PR statement written by 12 lawyers, the guy himself, saying, "I got this one wrong." If you're the skeptical type, this is exactly where you'd close the tab and move on. Another Battery Day promise from 2020, quietly buried 3 years later like it never happened.
Except it wasn't buried. And what actually happened next is the part almost nobody caught.
In January 2026, buried deep inside Tesla's Q4 and full year 2025 shareholder letter, the kind of document 99% of people skim past for the stock numbers, sits one line that changes everything. Tesla is now mass-producing 4680 cells, where both the anode and the cathode are made with the fully dry process, not one side, both. Inside a real running factory in Texas, not a whiteboard, not a lab, not a prototype bench. The real breakthrough isn't what's inside the battery, it's what disappeared from the factory. Traditional battery plants have to mix powder into a chemical slurry, coat it onto metal foil, then bake the solvent out in enormous drying ovens before they can even move to the next step. Tesla's dry-electrode process is designed to skip most of that. The powder is compressed directly into a self-supporting electrode sheet, removing some of the biggest, most expensive equipment from the production line. Don't just take it from me, go check this yourself. Bonnie Eggleston, the actual vice president running Tesla's 4680 program, posted it herself on X. Both electrodes use our dry process. Not a marketing intern. The engineer who spent years personally fighting this exact problem, confirming it in 8 words.
And here's the detail that made me actually sit up.
A filed patent number 2025/0364562 that lays out exactly how Tesla solved the hardest part of this puzzle. Keeping dry cathode powder from crumbling apart the second you run it through high-speed factory machinery. Their fix is a binder made from 2 combined polymers, PTFE and PVDF, gluing the dry particles together into a flexible sheet instead of a pile of dust that falls apart in your hand. Sounds small? It isn't. That exact brittleness problem is the reason every other major battery maker on Earth has pushed their own dry cathode timeline out to 2027, some even 2028. Tesla just did it 2 years ahead of the pack. That's the real story behind the 80% scrap rate. It wasn't a lightning bolt idea. It was the ugliest, most expensive kind of stubborn. And it's exactly why what comes next actually matters. That's the real twist nobody tells you. This wasn't luck. It wasn't a lightning bolt idea. It was the ugliest, most expensive kind of stubborn. And it's exactly why what happens next actually matters. That's also why autogearshift stays here, to catch the stuff buried on page 9 of a shareholder letter before it becomes the headline everyone's fighting over. Hit subscribe now, because
Part 2 is where this stops being a battery story and turns into a supply chain story that should genuinely worry Beijing. 2. How does this put China's battery empire on the clock?
okay, Tesla cracked the science. Cool, but does that actually change anything outside a lab? Or is this just a fancy patent collecting dust in a filing cabinet somewhere? Here's the honest math. Cutting out the ovens and the solvent recovery systems doesn't just save on chemicals, it shrinks the entire footprint a battery plant needs to exist. Less floor space, less energy is burned just drying material around the clock. Fewer massive machines sitting there guzzling electricity. That was literally the pitch Musk made on stage at Battery Day back in 2020. Cheaper batteries, smaller plants, faster builds. For years, that stayed a slide in a keynote deck. As of this year, it's a real production line running in Austin, Texas. And the timing couldn't be better. China still holds one of the strongest cards in the battery industry, the supply chain. Meanwhile, Tesla isn't trying to win with one miracle battery. It's trying to make sure America doesn't have to ask permission to build one. Take this simply. It's like you're running a restaurant where your biggest competitor also owns the only food distributor in town. Sure, you can stay open until they decide you can't. Tesla's answer is to bring more of the battery supply chain home. Domestic cathode production in Texas and LFP cell manufacturing in Nevada. It's not flashy, but it's how you build a company that keeps producing even when the rest of the industry is waiting for the next shipment. Now let's be straight with each other for a second, because I'm not here to just hype you up and send you off with nothing real. CATL and BYD are not sitting on their hands. They're not behind because they're lazy or slow. They're behind on this one specific process. And their own public timelines point to full dry electrode production landing in 2027, maybe 2028. That's a real gap. 2 years in an industry where being early can decide who sets the price for everyone else. But it's a head start, not an overnight knockout, and if a video ever tells you China's entire battery empire collapsed overnight, you should be skeptical of that video too. This is a race, not a finish line. What it does mean, right now, today, is that Tesla is the only automaker on Earth that can build this exact type of cell at commercial scale. And a 2-year window like that in a trillion-dollar industry is worth more than most people realize.
3. Why can no competitor on Earth catch up with Musk's master plan?
Here's where a factory breakthrough has to survive contact with an actual customer sitting in an actual driveway. And this is the part I'm not going to smooth over for you. Some of these new dry process cells running under the internal codename 8L are already shipping inside Model Y packs in Europe right now. And the early data from that specific rollout hasn't been the victory lap you'd expect. Some owners have reported less range and slower charging compared to the older supplier-made packs they replaced. That's real, it's documented, and it's worth knowing before you tell your friends this tech is flawless, because it isn't yet. Getting a manufacturing process to work inside a factory is one battle. Getting every single cell rolling off that line to perform exactly the same year after year, parked outside in July heat or buried in January snow, is a completely different fight. And that fight is happening in real driveways right now, not in a shareholder letter. All right, if the exact project that was one missed deadline away from getting killed in 2024 just became the first in the world to mass produce this process in 2026, what does that tell you about every other impossible thing Musk has said that you already wrote off as dead? Because this was never just about one number on a spec sheet. This is the foundation underneath everything Tesla says is coming next. A Robotaxi network that needs cells cheap enough and tough enough to run non-stop, and a stationary storage business, Megapack and Powerwall, that needs that exact same math to work at a completely different scale. Cheaper, simpler cells sitting quietly underneath all of it. Nobody handed Tesla this. They were an 80% scrap rate away from shutting the whole thing down. And Musk himself stood up and admitted, in public, that he didn't see how brutal this would get. But tell me, which other failed Tesla project do you think is still quietly cooking behind the scenes right now, waiting for its own January 2026 moment? Tesla just quietly beat the entire world to something everyone said couldn't be done at scale for another 2 years. But there's one number buried in that same shareholder letter that Tesla didn't put in a headline, didn't tweet about it, didn't put it in a press release. And once you see it, you'll understand why they'd rather you didn't. We will meet each other in the next video to uncover that. Don't miss it.